So a quick video for you guys on the elements of CrossFit that I don't love. And you might think, haven't we been over this? And I thought we've been over this in spades, but I was noticing a lot of questions coming to me in my app forums about CrossFit and sometimes in the comments on these videos about it. So I figured can't hurt to do a video on it. Look, I am not trying to bash anybody, but when asked a question, I'm going to answer it with my personal opinion. Now, my personal opinion in fitness is based on years of working in fitness and working with individuals who I believe are the best of the best. So when I tell you it's an opinion, it isn't just random, I don't like this. It's based on things that I have learned about and put through paces over decades to see like what works, what doesn't, and why. All right, so first of all, what don't I like? Well, you're taking some of the most advanced fitness modalities in the world. Gymnastics, Olympic lifts, for example. These are for elite athletes, right? And hence the term Olympic lifts. And not only are you making them sort of accessible to the masses, which there are parts of that I like, but parts of it I really don't. For this reason, if we made those things accessible to the masses, then we would have to defer to the expertise of the coach. Like, I would never in my wildest dreams go out and try to teach an Olympic lift. And I have taken probably at least 20 separate training sessions from people who specialize in Olympic lifts just so I can understand it, get the benefits of it. And I wouldn't even dare to attempt to teach it because it's so technical. And with something like CrossFit, you can get a certification. The barrier to entry is like this. I mean, when you're teaching somebody gymnastics, you're teaching somebody Olympic lifts, my hope is that you are an absolute pro, the consummate expert, no matter who you're instructing, be it Olympic athletes or, God forbid, the average bear who just wants to go to a workout class. So those are my top two things. My third is I really don't want to understand the trainer logic. I don't get it. It has yet to be explained to me in a way that I really understand. Now, obviously, there are some incredible coaches that do have a CrossFit box. There is a guy named Kelly Starrett who I worship and think is a genius. He wrote a book called Supple Leopard. The guy is brilliant. I've read his book cover to cover 3 times. And I made him a friend because I am such a fan of his work. But not everybody is Kelly Starrett. In fact, most aren't. And so when it comes to CrossFit programming, while I gather it has now sort of evolved into 3 days on, 1 day off, I still don't understand the programming. To me, CrossFit is exercising, but it's not about having a plan, having a training specific program, and then progressing that plan. To me, it seems like beating after beating after beating after beating, unless something has changed. When I once was instructed to do a CrossFit workout with an old friend, we did 10 box jumps, 1 burpee, 9 box jumps, 2 burpees, all the way down the ladder. The time I was done, my shoulders were killing me. I jammed the hell out of my toe from all those burpees, and my form was a mess. And I was like, what is the logic here? Other than just me being exhausted? No answer. So again, teach me the logic. I want to know the logic, but there's no logic to that. I don't understand that. On top of which, speaking of trainer logic, when you have exercises that are so technical, like Olympic lifts or gymnastics, why are you doing them for time? So when you say, we're going to do this really technical move, but we're going to do as many reps as we can for time, these are really dangerous things to be doing for time. It's not an air squat, right? It's not as many push-ups as you can do, by the way, with good form, and your form becomes compromised. By the time I was on the 10 to 1, like burpee 1,575, I was a mess. I looked like crap. My form was falling apart. It wasn't focused. So that's another part that I don't understand, taking modalities that are so intense and so technical and doing them for time. That doesn't personally make sense to me. In another time, I saw Greg Glassman, who was the original founder, talking about how he didn't believe in muscle splits. I don't know if that's changed, but muscle splits are when you say, okay, I'm going to train certain muscles on certain days, and then I'm going to let them rest while I train other muscles on other days so that I can get optimal recovery. Now, you might build in a rest day after 3 days of CrossFit, which wasn't a thing 5 years ago when I had friends that were obsessed with it, but it is now, as far as I can tell. But if you don't believe in muscle splits and you're killing yourself as hard as you are in CrossFit day 1, then you're going to go do it again day 2, then you're going to do it again day 3. And the exercises are pull up, push up, sit up, squat, wall ball, battle rope. Like, we're not saying we're doing push muscles on Monday and we're going to let them rest for a few days. So if you're doing the same exercises for 3 days in a row, I don't understand that training plan. I don't understand it. And to me, when you train in particular as hard as you do in a CrossFit workout, you need time to recover. So I wouldn't want to do a workout that hammered my back or my chest and then hit those muscles again the next day or even a third day in a row. I'll be honest with you, every friend I have who was into CrossFit had a serious injury. Serious, whether it was a heart attack or a shoulder issue or you name what. I've known probably 7 people over the last decade who were really into it. All 7 are no longer doing it for those reasons. Not to say you can't be a CrossFitter and be in great shape, but it depends on the quality of your coach and the athlete that is engaged in that modality, right? So for me, look, I love that people love CrossFit. I love that they love working out. I love that they love the community it provides. But I wouldn't even want somebody doing a yoga workout every day. I wouldn't want you running every day or 3 days in a row crazy running workouts. This is where personally I would say if you love it, great. Find an unbelievable coach. And honestly, I think for CrossFit, you need somebody with a degree. Your coach should have a degree in exercise science. I would not be screwing around with Olympic lifts and gymnastics and all of these really advanced modalities unless you've got somebody who knows how to modify and program those workouts for the athletes in their class. And I wouldn't do it more than twice a week. Twice a week is good, with at least 2 days off between sessions. So at the very least, you are programming solid recovery if you're going to train that hard. So those would be my personal recommendations. Is if you love it, don't do it more than twice a week. Separate the days. Make sure your coach is top quality if you're going to engage in a modality that advanced. And I mean, this is my personal opinion. Sorry if you don't agree with me. Not here to bash anyone. But that's where I fall on it.